CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And we're all set to go. Joe, what happened on the coin toss?
Colorado State University Pueblo, the visiting team, called tails. It was tails. So as John Riston has done his entire time at CSU Pueblo, he's deferred. The Thunderwolves will get the ball to start the second half, so they will kick off going left to right to Midwestern State.
And it's an NCAA playoff game, so no messing around. We're going to start right here at high noon. Actually, it's about 11:59 right now local time. In Pueblo, it's 12:59 here in Texas. We are in the central time zone, but that's enough of that. We don't want to confuse you anymore.
Well, the back judge just looked at his watch, and we're just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, let's hold things
I'm going to hold you up. I've watched this crew, this officiating crew, from the time they've come out till just now. This is the most strict officious. They're from the MIAA, and they have been on both sidelines. They've made sure there's no shenanigans. They've looked at uniform. I mean, they are some detailed guys.
And the get back man doesn't have to work so hard right now because they're really back along the sidelines. They're back an extra couple yards from the get back zone there along the sideline. So that's good to know. Greg O'Donnell to kick it off for the Thunderwolves.
He will have the wind at his back, and there's no flags to show that, but it is pretty brisk.
Here's the kick. It'll be a shorter kick. It'll be well, it actually gets to the end zone. They're going to down it. The wind. Well, that's the direction the wind's coming, Joe. The ball didn't take off very good, it looked like, but the wind just kind of sailed it on back into the end zone.
Got a flyer.
So Midwestern State, exactly. Get a little moisture between that club head and the ball. You never know where it's going to go. So the Mustangs will start from their own 25-yard line. Shotgun formation this time for Hutchinson. He's going to hand it off the right side. It goes nowhere as Tony Campton makes the stop, and they throw him for about a 3-yard loss. Well, they're going to give him forward progress back here to the 32-yard line, but Vincent Johnson hit immediately by Campton. That's what you want, your run stopper doing the job in the middle of the field, and the Thunderwolves get that 3-and-out you crave early in the ball game.
And Tony Campton held him up, and Laron Tarkington got a running start from about 10 yards back and just leveled him off.
So it's 4th and 3 from the 32-yard line. Kieran Duncan stands at his own 32-yard line to receive the punt from Mitchell Hinton.
Now, these punts have died in warm-ups.
Yeah, going this direction. The wind, they're kicking into the wind here to start this first quarter. Kick is away, and it just goes nowhere. Knocked straight down, and it hits one of the Midwestern players at the 42-yard line. This is going to come back up the field, and the officials, Johnny on the spot, throw their little beanbags out. So the Thunderwolves are going to get good field position here. The ball ended up inside the 30, but where it first touched Midwestern State is outside the 40-yard line.
And looking at of all the numbers that are very nondescript for Midwestern State, their kicking game, both punting and field goals, are just very, very average. And look who's in the backfield for CSU Pueblo. Cam McDonald.
Come out with their power set with the tight ends. 3 of them lined up on the left side of the formation. Duncan wide to the left. Cam the lone back. Ball's on the right hash mark. They bring Riston in motion to the right side. Now he resets. And they're going to run the draw play to Cam off the left side. Tries to bounce it around the corner. Turns the corner. Puts his head down. Stays on his feet. Inside the 50. Down to the 45 to the 44-yard line. They thought they had him down, but Cam's knee never hit. As he turned the corner there, he was hit down, Joe. But his knee never went down. He got back up and gets it down to the 44-yard line. So already Cam pays off.
You know, what's kind of neat to see is the official on the far side, the side judge over there, was watching the whole way, and he never went down. That's a nice 12-yard gain.
Straight drop back, look over the middle. Ball's caught, but it's well short of the first down. And the ball comes out. It's loose on the deck, and the Mustangs get it. Thunderwolves not quite able to secure that fumble. It came out so quick. Went right at the feet of one of the Thunderwolves defensive. I think it was Tarkington, but it's kind of went off his ankles and then is covered up back at the 26-yard line. It'll go to 4th down, but a chance for a scoop and score if you're really alert, Joe, but the ball just didn't bounce up like he needed it to.
Well, it was like the play was almost over, and as he was going down, they popped the ball out.
2nd and 14 now for the Thunderwolves from the 48-yard line. Boy, you hate getting those procedure penalties, Joe, on 1st and 10. It just seems like it sets everything behind schedule.
Well, it's Corbin Feenstra. He's the smartest guy in the RMAC in football. He won the Summit Award for being the smartest guy in football.
Cooper wide to the right as he's into the game. Roundabout in the slot to the right. Now Letlow goes in motion to the left side of the formation. They fake the draw. AJ rolls right. Looks down the middle. He's got Cooper wide open. He's going down the sideline for Duncan. He's in the clear. He's got it. 5 touchdown Thunderwolves. He could have taken his pick there, Joe, as Duncan and Cooper were both wide open. He elected to go to Duncan down the sideline, and just like that, the Thunderwolves strike.
Kieran Duncan, a.k.a. Spider-Man.
Boy, Joe, I'm sure you saw the same thing. Cooper was wide open, but then Duncan just blew by the cornerback on this side, and both of them were going up the right side.
And that ball just got in the jet stream in that wind, and because it almost looked like he underthrew it, but it just carried.
So Greg O'Donnell in to try the extra point. Ball's down. Kick is on the way, and it is good. 11:43 to go in the first quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 7-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo. So it's 3rd and 6 now from the 36-yard line. Well, the Thunderwolves definitely want to take advantage of this early great field position. Look at this formation. Everybody in the box here for the Thunderwolves. And they're going to run the draw to Cam off the left side. Gets a block, turns the corner. 25, 20, cuts back inside, back outside, inside the 15, stays on his feet down to the 10-yard line. Brilliant run by Cam McDonald. The Thunderwolves had everybody in the box on the line of scrimmage. Very tight formation. We got an injury on the play, though. Looks like Zach Martinez, right knee injuries up, trying to walk it off. Maybe a thigh injury as well here. He's reaching down on his thigh pad.
You don't want to see that. You got enough banged up guys. He looks like he's okay.
First and goal for the Thunderwolves at the 10-yard line. Great run by Cam McDonald. 26 yards on the carry. Sets up, as we say, Joe, the worst first and goal in football, but you'll take it. They go to the I formation as O'Malley's into the ball game for the first time to play fullback. Letlow in the slot to the right, Duncan wide to the right. They send Letlow in motion to the left side of the formation. He resets. They give it to Bernard. McDonald bounces it outside, inside the 10, stiff arm, inside the 5 to the pylon, touchdown!
Well, Bernard just does what Cameron couldn't do. Go to the house.
Little stiff arm there as he turned the corner, got in that little bit of separation and turned the corner. And Bernard, no stranger to the end zone, Joe. He's been there a lot. What is that, his 15th this year?
And that was a great run. It was a hard run to the left, a cut back, one stiff arm, spins into the end zone.
Short-changing him, his 17th touchdown of the year.
Come on, Jim.
I'm sorry. Had 3 last week. Greg O'Donnell in to try the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 8:12 to go in the first quarter. It's all Thunderwolves so far. They lead it 14-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
14-0 Thunderwolves. They scored on their first 2 possessions. Well, Joe, I don't want to be Debbie Downer or anything here, but I'll remind you, we talked about it in the pregame show, Midwestern State. Do you think they got them right where they want them?
Well,
they're down in the ball game
and everything.
They've come from behind 8 times this year. The last 3 ball games, they've been behind 2 scores. They find themselves behind 2 scores right now. But the difference is, this is early in the first quarter. Hutchison in the gun, takes the snap, straight drop back, looks right, fires over the middle, and it's caught out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Kevin Cuff had his eyes on an interception there, but he just missed, and it's a 13-yard gain all the way out to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs as they go to their fast break offense here.
That was well thrown. This is where you got to kind of knock them off balance. You're getting in that rhythm.
And they hand it off to the right side. There's Tony Campton just fouling that play up again. With some help from Cuff, streaking through there. It's going to be a loss of 4 all the way back inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. Tony Campton is just manhandling the center right now.
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty if you're a CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves fan, because they're just pounding that center.
Good snap. Punt is away, and again, the wind just knocks it straight down. They tell everybody to get out of the way, and it bounces back up the field. Look out, hits one of the Thunderwolves, though. It's a loose ball, and it's covered up by Midwestern State.
How many times is that going to happen at CSU Pueblo?
Just got to get out of the way, and they didn't do it. The ball was touched, and now it's Midwestern State's football at the 36-yard line of the Thunderwolves. The punt that was so bad, it turns out good, and that was shades of Fort Lewis from a year ago.
How bad? How many times is that going to happen to this team?
They're in the pistol, and they're going to hand it. Oh, it's a option play across the 50. 45 down to the 43-yard line. Well, that's the first carry of the day by the quarterback, and he picked the right time. As Hagan Hutchinson faked the read option into the middle with the running back and gets it around the end. Big yardage all the way down to the 43-yard line of the Thunderwolves. He caught me, plus the whole Thunderwolves defense napping that time. Thunderwolves lead the game 14-0. Hutchinson this time from the pistol again. And he's going to hand it off to the right side. They get a little hole this time inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Good hard run that time by Don Jerry. Oh, I keep wanting to say Don Cherry, the old hockey legend from Canada.
If he has a coat like that.
Amazing. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. That was their first good opening of the game on the run game. Joe Henton in to punt this ball. He kind of turns it on its nose and kicks it straight up in the air here. No, this time he kind of spirals it. And the ball hits inside the 5, and it's down at the 1-yard line. Good coverage down the field. Now Thunderwolves, here's that tight formation. Everybody in the box here, even the wide receivers, going to go play action. Thompson rolls right, dumps it right. Duncan has it, cuts it to the outside, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle up the field across the 20 to about the 21, 22-yard line. That play looked like it had maybe a yard gain written on it, and Duncan breaking tackles along that right side. Good use of the stiff arm.
That was all Kieran Duncan. That could have been a 1-yard loss. Turns it into an 8-yard gain.
So it's 2nd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves here as they try to move it out here, going into the wind here in this second quarter. So 2nd and 8 for the Thunderwolves at the 27-yard line. The tight ends are on the right side this time. Bernard the lone back, Thompson up under center. And they're going to run the draw play to Bernard. Cuts it outside, turns the corner, here we go. 40, 45, 50, into Mustang territory all the way down to the 41-yard line. All he needs is a little crease.
32 yards.
2nd and 9. Duncan in motion to the right side of the formation. Cam the lone back. They're going to give it to Cam. Has a lead block, cuts it outside. Uses that block inside the 35, inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Letlow was the lead block. They always have a tight end out there as an escort. And Letlow able to open the door for Cam. Another big gain.
And he comes out, and Bernard comes back in. The law firm of McDonald. They've got your back.
Tight end stack up on the right side. Bernard the lone back. They bring one of the tight ends, Boyd, in motion to the left side. He resets. And they're going to run the draw play. Here's Bernard, cuts it inside across the 15. He's got the first down to about the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves. Just a methodical march down the field here by the Thunderwolves.
Feel a little bad for Gary Dixon, one of the offensive guards. He pulled and just mashed a guy on the flats, and Bernard cut it back under. He didn't even use it, but it was a great block to watch.
And they hand the ball off to Cam. He's inside the 10, turns the corner, puts his head down to the 14-yard line, or the 4-yard line, beg your pardon. They're going to mark him down where his knee hit, though, at the 5, so it'll be a yard short. But again, just a mash run off the left side by the Thunderwolves. This is impressive stuff right now, Joe. They're just manhandling them on the line of scrimmage here.
That's 11 plays now, 10 rushes.
And O'Donnell right here on this left hash mark. Good snap, ball's down, kick is up, and he squeezed it through there. 7:02 to go in the first half. Thunderwolves get 3. It was a long march. They wanted more, but they'll take it. 7:02 to go. Thunderwolves lead at 17-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo. 2nd down and 9. This time they hand it left side to Jerry. He's across the 30. He's got some down the sideline. 45, 50, knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Jerry getting around the edge.
Well blocked by Midwestern State on that play.
Also get into the ballgame, Zach Young, an extra defensive back. 3rd down and 7. Ball right in the middle of the field here for the Mustangs. Straight drop back. Here comes the push off the edge. Gets the pass down the middle. Intercepted. Seth Brown. Across the 30, 35. Turns upfield. Across the 40 and hit down hard there. But there's the man. That's why they bring him in, Joe, for pass defense situations. He's got that extra speed, that extra gear, and he got a deep drop that time.
He paid for it with a pound of flesh.
Yeah, he's a little woozy coming off the field. They're probably going to have to check him for the old concussion protocol over there on the sideline, I bet. Yeah, he's going to go down to a knee once he gets over to the sideline. He took a hellacious shot. Bernard into the ball game. He's the lone back. Double wide out right, the extra tight end to the right as well. Now Duncan comes in motion across the formation right at us. And they're going to run it right side to Bernard. Cross midfield, good burst of speed. He's got the first down. There was that great little hesitation move there. And once Bernard saw the hole, Joe, he hit it hard and got the first down. Patience, as we like to say.
Well, he's got that gear that when he sees the hole, he can just take a step and then go. You know, he doesn't have to go full speed at the hole. And he's becoming more patient runner, which the offensive coaches love, that he's letting it develop just a little bit now.
All the action to the right here. Unbalanced right with the tight ends and the wide receivers. Bernard the lone back. And they're going to fake the draw play. Thompson sets in the pocket. Looks up the right sideline. Ball caught. Deshaun Williams. Getting more and more to be a part of the offense here. Deshaun Williams, the sophomore out of Maple Valley, Washington, gets the first down. Where's that familiar number 81? Of course, Thunderwolves fans think of Paul Browning. Paul, if you're listening today, hello.
We're big fans of Paul Browning.
Love him. Gave us a little help on the sideline last week.
Kind of fun.
This time Cooper wide to the left. Forsgren now comes in motion across the formation to the right side. Eckhoff into the ball game. Good to see. Here's the handoff. Bernard across the 30, 25, cuts back inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line.
He looked like he was skiing.
Yeah, he was slaloming, Jaws. It looked like Gates out there. Right, left.
23 yards.
Through about 5 gates.
There's a gold medal.
Let's imagine a gate about every 4 yards. That's what that run looked like there. Radabaugh's the holder. Ludwig back, doing the snapping duties. Ball's down. Kick is, he hooked it left, and he missed it. Never a chance on that kick as it hooked wide to the left. So the ball goes over to Midwestern State.
A little bit of life.
Clock rolls. We're down to 1:13 to go. Howard now in the pocket. Here comes the push. He steps out of it. Rolls to his right. Fires up the sideline. And it's intercepted. What a catch by Williams. Intercepted by the Thunderwolves. The ball in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. He bobbled it. And Williams just stuck his hands in there and got it and got the tippy toes down on the sideline. Brilliant play.
Might be the best interception we've seen this year. Not only to have it, to get it off the bounce, but to stay in bounds.
And we just watched the replay on the big screen up here. It was a thing of beauty. He definitely got the toes in. Great call by the back judge over here on this sideline.
Jim, the Pack is in business now with 3 timeouts, 1:05 and 39 yards to go, or 42 yards to go.
Yep, they mark it at the 42-yard line. They trot right out to the line of scrimmage here. You can still run the football with all these timeouts left with 1:05 to go. Cam is the lone back. Tight end set up on the right side of the formation here. They're going to stay put. They're going to hand the ball left side to Cam, and he's hit down hard right at the line of scrimmage. Good hit there for Midwestern State. That was Loudermilk.
And we knew coming in that Midwestern State can play some defense a little bit.
Yeah, that was the middle linebacker, Loudermilk, making the stop. Thunderwolves elect not to use a timeout here. The clock rolls. We're down to 39 seconds to go. They got to get a little bit bigger sense of urgency here. Thompson up under center. Going to bring a man in motion. Boyd now resets on the left side and hand the ball to Cam up the middle. Trying to burrow his way through there, and he goes nowhere. He's down to the 40-yard line, down to 20 seconds to go. Thunderwolves should take a timeout here, and then there's just conceding the half.
I think John Rist is saying, hey, we're going into the wind. We're up 17-0.
You just saw his field goal kicker miss one. Maybe he doesn't want to risk anything like that. That's what he's doing. He says, I'm confident. And that is indeed the end of the first half. So kind of astonishing there. The Thunderwolves don't go for points, but in some ways, kind of par for the course. 17-0 at the end of the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 17-0 here in the NCAA Division II second-round ball game. Back with our halftime show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. Going to hand it to Bernard out the right side. Good burst across the 35-40, 45-50. Cuts inside, 45-40. Needs a block, 35-30 to the edge, 25-20. 15, stiff arm, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Huge run by Bernard McDonald.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, watching the replay. Made a man miss at the 40, then cut it across midfield. Then another little move right at about the 35, got him to the edge.
63 yards on the play. Now he's over 100. I'm sure he left to give way to Cam.
So now it's a field goal attempt by O'Donnell. Right down the middle of the field this time. He's missed his last attempt from the left hash mark. This time he's right down the middle. It'll be a 28-yard attempt. Ball will be placed at the 18-yard line by Radabaugh. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. And this one is good. 10:44 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves get points on their first drive of the second half. They lead it 20-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo. Now again, here's Midwestern State, Joe, with a chance. You got the ball. You're down 20-0. Thunderwolves are operating into the wind. But the Thunderwolves have to start this possession from their own 8-yard line. So if there's any chance for them to get in the game, they got to get a stop here and make the Thunderwolves punt it into the wind. That's their only hope.
Well, you can't give up gash at 6 yards at a clip on the run game, that's for sure.
Yeah, Thunderwolves moved it right down the field with the big run last time. So Thompson up under center from the I formation. Hands the ball to Cam. Inside across the 10, 15, out to about the 16-yard line. Ball came out, perhaps. Ball's loose, fumbled, turned over. Midwestern State with the turnover. There is the disaster you worry about with a wet ball. I'm watching the replay. Yeah, he did get stripped. He got hit hard, and the ball came out, and Midwestern State got on top of it. So there was no ground cause the fumble stuff there. That ball was stripped. And now Midwestern State with their chance. They've got a possession at the 16-yard line of the Thunderwolves with 9:24 to go here in the third quarter.
If there's been one knock on Cam this season, it's fumbles.
See if the Thunderwolves defense can come up with a huge stop here. Coward from the pistol this time. Takes the snap. Play action. In pattern, caught, touchdown. Just like that, they take advantage of it. Little post pattern caught on the edge here by Levi Wilson. So Midwestern State takes advantage of the turnover, and they get it on the board. Little quick post pattern.
There's a pulse.
That'll help your body language.
There's a pulse.
And remember, this Midwestern State team, they've come from behind 8 times this season to win football games. Their last 3 victories have come from behind by double digits. Extra point kick is up, and it is good. 9:19 to go here in the third quarter. Midwestern State back in it. It's 20-7 pack. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo. Fake the draw play. Thompson sets, looks downfield, and tripped up on the play was Duncan. This is a jump ball. Flag is down. Ball's dropped. Should have been intercepted, but interference is going to be the call on Midwestern State.
And I don't know about that call, but Csu Pueblo will take it, that's for sure.
Pass interference, number 20, defense, 15-yard penalty to the previous spot, automatic, first down.
Defense restless along the line of scrimmage. They run the draw play to Cam, and he's taken down immediately, going to lose 2 on the play. They were hoping to get that blitz up the field and then just spring Cam up the middle, but everybody stayed in their lanes. That was the key that time for Midwestern State.
Just not a good play. And, I mean, that was Corbin Feenstra and Ty McCulley, and there's a flag.
See who this is on here. This may be on Midwestern State. They're pointing at Midwestern State. Maybe a personal foul, and this may keep the possession alive for the Thunderwolves. As they talk it over.
This will be one of those offsetting.
I don't think so. I think they're going to go against Midwestern State. Here we go. Here's the call. Yep, they're already motioned to move the chains. Well, now they're going to go back and huddle again. Probably want to get the number.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 20, defense, 15-yard penalty for the dead ball spot, automatic, first down.
That is just
Please reset the game clock to 7 minutes and 34 seconds. 7:34 on the game clock.
Colin Kraft is just a junior. That might be the biggest 15-yard penalty of the game.
That is a killer because the Thunderwolves would have had to punt it into the wind. Probably would have had possession around the 40-yard line. Instead, now Thunderwolves with new life from the 45-yard line of the Mustangs. 1st and 10 for Midwestern State. They trail it 20-7. Coward takes the hand. He's going to hand the ball off. And a great penetration there by Josh Croy as he got on the legs of Jerry. They're trying to run that jet sweep around the left side, and Croy got down on the ankles of Jerry for a big loss.
-7.
All the way back to the 29-yard line. So 2nd and 17 now for the Mustangs. Down to 4:10 to go here in this third quarter. Coward looks toward the sideline, gets the play call, now resets, takes the snap, straight drop back. Here comes pressure up the middle, and they've got him again, but he gets away, but now Croy comes over and takes him down. Ball's loose, and the Thunderwolves have it at the 21-yard line.
Estica has the football. Yes, he does. The referee signaled CSU Pueblo ball.
Well, he avoided the first contact somehow, but then Croy just enveloped him, and the ball came out. It was just laying there, tantalizing on the turf. Nobody saw it for a moment, then the Thunderwolves got down on it.
That down in distance, nobody wants 2nd and 17.
It's 4th and 25 if you really care. High snap, and it goes over the head of Kuda. He has to chase it down, gets on. No, he doesn't get on top. Chance for the scoop and score. Ball's loose, and now it's picked up by Midwestern State at the 29-yard line. Oh, my goodness, disaster for the Thunderwolves.
Well, the backup long snapper, Trace Gray,
with a wet football, sailed it over the head of Kuda. Man, the game is turned on a dime here. Thunderwolves on the verge of putting it away, and now here's Midwestern State. They've lived this way all year long, and here they are again. Hutchinson from the gun takes the snap, looks left, pump fake, now comes over the middle, ball broken up. Good defensive play there. Charkinen, the ball was caught right at the sticks, but Charkinen dislodged it with a huge hit.
He's going to get flagged if he doesn't get on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Dominique Williams, the intended receiver, and it was busted up. They are going to send the field goal unit out here to try to get points.
Laurent Tarkington, he's going to check those emotions, Jim. The official was reaching for his flag. You made a hit. Get excited for the hit, but get on your own side of the ball.
So it'll be a 42-yard attempt here. Ashkavili, the kicker for Midwestern State. Ball's down, kick is up, driving kick, and it looks good, and it is. 42-yard field goal good, 1:03 to go here in the third quarter. Midwestern State creeping closer. They're within 10, 20-10. Thunderwolves on top on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Turnovers, Jim. 3 fumbles for CSU Pueblo. They're not your traditional fumbles, but fumbles nonetheless.
Duncan takes it, bobbles it. Now he's got it across the 10, 15, 20, up the middle of the field, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, could be off to the races, off across the 40, 45, 50, to the sideline, cuts back inside, nice move, down the, flag comes down, going to get a holding penalty. Duncan takes it on into the end zone for the touchdown, but an illegal block. And it was a good call. It's what sprung him down the sideline. He wasn't going to get there if he didn't get that last little hold, and that's indeed where the flags come out.
That's just not needed. Oh, my. Everybody saw it.
We'll watch the replay again to make sure what I saw was correct.
During the return, block in the back, number 22 receiving team. 10-yard penalty, the spot of the foul. First down, Colorado State, Pueblo.
Trace Gray, the guilty party here. They haven't shown the replay yet. Flag came out at the 41-yard line.
Correction, the foul is on number 2.
That was on Bernard McDonald.
Okay. Now he comes in motion toward the formation. Hand the ball off to Cam. He's going to try to bounce it to the edge. Turns the corner. Good burst of speed. Up the sideline. Inside the 40. Inside the 35. Down to about the 33-yard line. The Thunderwolves will have to run at least one more play here in this third quarter. We're down to 20 seconds to go. 12 on the play clock. Thompson up under center. Cam the lone back. Again, Radabon motion toward the formation. And they run the draw play to Cam off the right side. Cuts it to the outside, across the 30, cuts back inside, and he's close to another first down. Down to the 22-yard line. Clock stops momentarily with 4 seconds to go. But, boy, Cam setting up his blocks beautifully that time, Joe. We see it so often. Dips right, dips left, dips right. And that will do it for the third quarter. I'd be tempted to go for it here, but if it was 4th and 1, I think you got to go for it. 4th and 2, maybe kick it. And that's what John Risson's doing. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good. 13:46 to go here in the ball game. Thunderwolves lead it 23-10. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo. And they're going to hand it off the left side. Here's that good carry out across the 30. Oh, and hurtling across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Dante Taylor gets the first down, but how did he hold on to that football as he went end over end, Joe?
But it looked good. It was a great hit by Joe Jones, but it was 13 yards down the field.
It looked like an Olympic move there. 3rd and a yard right from midfield. We're down to 11:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 23-10. And they're going to run a follow play by the quarterback, and he's hitting the backfield. They're going to lose a couple of yards on the play. And Brandon Payer shot the gap. And I'll tell you what, the quarterback, Hutchinson, is not feeling very good right now. He goes down to one knee. It's going to be a loss of 2. It's going to be 4th and 3.
Nothing was going to be easy in the playoffs. You know that. This travel, this entire trip has been a problem. So if you get out of here with the win, that shows some toughness and some mental acuity, Jim. I like to see Cameron McDonald in the backfield in the fourth quarter.
I got to look that up on Google.
No, because it's probably wrong. So don't.
All right. 1st and 10.
Sharpness.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
I think it's right.
Well, Joe, I hate, I don't know if I hate to say it, but sometimes a punt is not the worst play in the world. It's better than a turnover on this end of the field. Thunderwolves just need to take care of the football, punt it when they have to, and then play defense. I think that's the secret of winning this ball game. The only thing that's going to kill them is if you put the ball on the turf.
Well, and that's why you take the option out of the game. Anything that you can get screwy with a pitch like that.
Thompson will operate from the gun this time. And they fake it and put the ball on the turf. It's recovered by Midwestern State. There's that turnover. They ran the read option. I don't know if Bernard was supposed to take it or if AJ was supposed to pull it out of his stomach. Whatever he did, it left it laying on the turf, and it's recovered by Midwestern State. And just like that, that's the kind of play that's going to kill you here in this fourth quarter. Now the Thunderwolves defense is going to have to dig deep.
I don't know what to say, Jim.
Yeah, well, we just said you don't do anything screwy. They went to the gun. I guess that's taken a little option into the play.
Well, it's the first time they've run that play all game.
So now it's 1st and 10 for Midwestern State from the 19-yard line. Backup quarterback back in now, Quade Coward.
But he'll throw it.
Looks over the middle, fires, caught! Down to the 1-yard line. To the big tight end, Derek Lockhart. Now we suddenly have ourselves a ball game. 9:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. It'll be 1st and goal for the Mustangs.
Had it in hand.
From the pistol this time. Coward takes the snap. Gives it to Jerry. Touchdown. Touchdown, Midwestern State. As it's Dante Taylor on the touchdown. Not Jerry, but it's a touchdown nonetheless. Now the extra point to draw them within 6 with 9:31 to go in this ball game.
Fourth fumble for CSU Pueblo. 4th.
10th turnover in Texas this year, Joe.
Wow.
Extra point attempt upcoming. Akashvili. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up, and it is good.
Barely.
9:31 to go in the fourth quarter. It's a one-possession football game. Midwestern State back within 6. Timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Here's that short kick into the wind. Somebody's got to handle it. And O'Malley runs into the ball is loose. But somehow, did O'Malley come up with it?
Trace Gray.
Trace Gray ends up with it.
Just call fair catch, boys.
Well, the Thunderwolves have already had one bad snap today from punt formation. You look back on that play, too, as being one of the crazier plays of the day.
Looks like Jake Ludwig is now in at center.
Put it, punt it away, hands the snap. He gets the punt away. And they get away from it. Oh, it takes a great Thunderwolf bounce all the way back inside the 10. All the way down to the 5 to the 4-yard line before it is down there. What was the deep safety thinking, not catching that football? He was telling everybody to get away from it. You got to go up and catch the football. 7:19 to go in the ball game. Timeout on the field. Thunderwolves lead it 23-17 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Play of the game for CSU Pueblo defense right here. You hold them here, order will be restored.
Down to 6:10 to go. Midwestern State taking their time here. They know they're on life support here on this drive. 3rd and 11 from the 3-yard line. Coward looks it over. Takes the snap. Play action. Looks down the middle. Incomplete. He hit the receiver in the hands, but that wet ball slid through his hands. Incomplete. Trying to get it to the tight end. Coming across the middle that time. Dorian Johnson, a sophomore out of Houston, Texas. It was a great pass. Had a chance at it.
Well, and Seth Brown kind of...
He dinged himself.
Yeah, he got dinged earlier in the game on his own interception, returning it, and that one he got hit trying to make the tag, the ball and
exactly.
all at the same time. So, great stop by CSU Pueblo.
CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
23-17, Thunderwolves by 6. Greg O'Donnell with the game on his foot right here. He can put it away. It'll be a 45-yard attempt.
Right down the middle of the field.
Radaball, the holder. Ludwig, the snap. Ball's down. Kick is on the way. Plenty of leg. And it is good. 3:58 to go, 4th quarter. Greg O'Donnell has put the Thunderwolves up by 9 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
26-17. Thunderwolves on top by 9. Greg O'Donnell with the most clutch kick of his career, I think you'd have to say.
That was huge. Now he's got to go get a tee from...
And they threw it out to him, and they took a hard left-hander. Now he has to grab it and take it back.
Well, he had the wrong tee. Fans don't like it. It's a kickoff, and they're complaining. Love it. You just don't want to give up the big routine.
Now we've got... Ball fell off the tee, so now they got to get somebody to hold it. Yeah, this is just pent-up frustration now. A lot of these fans can't wait to get home to drink their dinner right now.
Well, and it's really great because there's so few of them that you can hear what everyone's saying. They can have a conversation across the stadium and everyone can hear it.
Yeah, try to get 1,000 in the park next time. And into the wind, those are precious yards here, so it just... Joe, I told you. Our friend, Dr. David Robinson, my dentist now, it's like a trip to the dentist. You know things are probably going to turn out all right, but, man, it is uncomfortable right now where you're sitting in the chair here.
Personal fouls are selfish.
I can smell that smoke off the drill. Here's the look down the middle. Ball caught. First down inside Thunderwolves territory. Ball grabbed up ahead here by Statron Jones. And just like that, they're in Thunderwolves territory here.
You just can't give up the big one right here, Jim.
Trips to the right, double wide out left. Coward by himself in the backfield.
There's no safety help deep.
Now they start backing in there. Coward. Here comes pressure. Gets the pass away. Down the sideline. Incomplete. He had a man open. The pass was underthrown, but you know why? Morgan Fox was in there about ready to destroy Quade Coward. He couldn't step into the throw. So the ball goes over on downs. Credit that one to Morgan Fox. We haven't called his name a lot today. They've been putting a pretty good job on him, blocking him. But he got free that time. And they had a guy open down the left sideline, but Coward couldn't step into the throw.
It was a nice little pattern that everybody ran because it almost looked like they set up a screen and then went over the top of the screen, and he was there.
Maybe ESPN will come in and bail us out. Pass, left side, caught. And they run the old hook and ladder here. And now lineman has the ball, and the ball's loose on the deck, as you might expect. Ball, who will recover? It's not going to matter. His time is going to run out. We're down to 1 second, and that will do it. Final score from Memorial Stadium. Thunderwolves win it. They survive and advance, literally, as they defeat Midwestern State University. Final score 26-17. Back with our postgame show on Fox Sports Pueblo. Tony Wright will have a state championship high school game for you as long as he holds on and defeats Fort Morgan today. If that happens, then we'll have a state championship high school game for you as well. And if that conflicts with our broadcast here, it'll be over on KCSJ. Speaking of Tony Wright, we thank him for getting us on the air today, produced the first, all the pregame show segment today. Carl Lawrenson then stepped in, ran the board for a while until Nate Baptist, who was on an early morning remote, could get back to the station. Carl then shifted over and ran the high school game, and Nate was our producer and engineer for the rest of the afternoon right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Trey Reed, Sports Information Director here at Midwestern State. We thank him for all of his help. Did a little guest shot on one of his shows earlier this week. We appreciate all the help he has given us this week to get this broadcast off in a smooth fashion. Dax Larson is the Assistant Athletic Director in charge of sports information at Csu Pueblo. Joe Fold is the athletic director. He made the trip on down there. Of course, we thank the head coach, John Riston, as well. Before leaving, we should remind you, CSU Pueblo women's team in action right now. I don't know if they got a live stats feed or not from the Cherry Creek Invitational, taking on Concordia right now as we speak. Men's action, you can probably watch some video or live stats or pick up a radio broadcast. You go to the GoThunderwolves.com site as they take on Texas A&M Kingsville, fresh off their victory over the previously undefeated and number 1 ranked Tarleton State last night. Bronson Moton with a game-winning shot for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves basketball is in action a week from tonight, their conference opener. But as you can tell, we've got a ball game at the Thunder Bowl. That's my first priority, get the football season underway. There's an outside shot. I can make the drive over Monarch Hill and maybe do the men's game late, but depends on how much somebody wants to pony up. Joe Folda. Just a little inside note there. Maybe we'll do the basketball game next Saturday night as well. We'll just have to see. But that about takes care of everything here. Thank to everybody. And we remind you one final time. Thunderwolves win the ball game 26-17. Until we talk to you, myself, on Wednesday night from Andy Max for the John Riston Show. And once again, for Carl Lawrenson, for Nate Baptist, and for Tony Wright, I'm Jim Brooks. And for my partner, Joe Cervi. Reminding you, the Thunderwolves win the ball game 26-17. We head out on that road back to Colorado. Till we talk to you again, this is Jim Brooks bidding you good afternoon from Texas.
This has been CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Catch all the action all season long right here on the home for all things CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves athletics. Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.